All right. So let's go over the types of polygons that we have. Polygon command. So let's click on the drop-down menu for polygon. So here we have rectangle. So yours probably still says rectangle, so just change it to polygon. I'll wait for you guys to start up if you haven't already. Okay. All right. So click 8 sides, and we're gonna center it at 3, 3. And let's use the circumscribed about the circle. So notice how the polygon is centered around this edge here. So it's kind of a, I'll show you the difference in a second. But so if I choose radius 3, it's going from the center out to the edge. But if you were to choose, let's say, let's do another one, another polygon with 8 sides. Let's pick 10, 3, inscribed, and you picked. Notice how the radius goes to the corner instead of the edge. So now if you picked a radius of, let's say the same thing, 3. So they're not exactly the same because it was measured from the center to the corner versus center to the edge. Okay, but honestly, it's just basically how you want to control it as you plot the figure. There's also, if you repeat it, let's say if I do it again, you can also choose edge as your guide instead of using circumscribed and what was the other one? Inscribed, I think is the name. Yeah, inscribed. That's the word. But anyway, so in this homework, there'll be a couple of polygon examples. And you'll also need to use the polylines, which we'll talk about next. Oh, in a moment, actually. Let's talk about the donut function over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove these. Just do a right highlight and then delete. If you do left, it's a little different. See, if you hold it, you can select the target area versus just having a general target. I'm sure you noticed that already, but just in case. So just click the drop down where you have your line, polyline, circle, etc., and choose the donut. Okay, it doesn't matter where you center it out, but I want you to choose an inner diameter of 1, outer diameter of 2. So now notice how the shape there you go, is dictated by that inner and outer diameters. Okay, so inner diameter and then outer diameter. Okay, so now if you were to do donut again, this time let's say we do, I don't know, let's pick something that'll make it a skinny donut. Let's say diameter 3 and 3.25. So notice how now it's like really skinny, right? You can also remove the filling. Let's say you're making some design and you kind of want to see behind it or measure and not get this shading in the way. So what you can do is type fill and you turn it on and off. So if I turn it off, it doesn't turn off right away. You have to kind of execute it by doing the regen command. So to type RE and type in regen. And now it's removed the filling. So even if I turn it back on with fill and click on, it's still not back, right? So I have to go back to regen to turn it on. Okay.
Is there like like a F5 key or something? You could just like a to hit the regen
Uh,
or to,
not that I remember. There might be a hotkey, or you can also probably program your own. But you can also click the actual right click the circle
mm-hmm.
and just click it yourself. Like turn on regen here
Mm.
after you've turned off the shading. The fill should be here. Yeah, here's fill. So you can do it this way as well.
Cool.
All right, so I'm gonna turn it back on because default is on. So I'm turn it back on, and I'm gonna turn fill it, regen this thing back on here. There we go. So you can use the commands. You can right click your donut and modify it. Either way, doesn't matter. There might be some. There might be a donut you might have to make. I forget. Gotta look at the homework in a second, but just in case, there it is. Now the most important part is going to be this next part called the polyline, which I think is pretty handy. So I'm just going to get rid of this trash. So polyline. Let's see here. Let me show you the difference. So when you use it, when you make any kind of design or shoot, may I change that back to default here. There we go. So here should be a line. Mine was set up weird. So if you draw, let's say, a rectangle, right, using the polyline, and then you draw using the line command, I want to show you the difference as to why this is important or why it's useful. And I'm doing a rectangle just because it's simple. So there's two rectangles, one with polyline, one with just a line command. So notice when I choose this, it is considered to be one figure. So if you're doing like mirrors, rotates, copies, um, whatever, trims, this would be treated a little bit differently. But over here, notice how all of these are separate. So polyline doesn't matter what you're designing, drawing, or whatever. Using polyline, it'll treat all those pieces you connect or close off as one object versus the normal line command. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Just it's very useful. Okay. All right. Now let me show you the other stuff the polyline can do. You can also change the thickness, like I had it earlier. If you choose polyline, I'm just gonna start here on the edge here. Doesn't really matter where. 0, 10. I want to start my first thickness at 0. So I'm gonna click width. So specific starting width of the polyline will be 0. The ending width will be 0.5. And I'm going to use arc instead of normal lines. So now it's going to give me a curve. Oops. It's kind of stretching way too much. Hold on a second. Draw a little snake here for no reason. So the starting width, as you can see, is 0, and it stretches out to 0.5, and then it just defaults to 0.5 thereafter. So all this thickness is 0.5. You can also modify as you go, so you can have different thicknesses as you go. So like skinny, fat, etc., over and over again. You can also right-click this. Where is it? Select this and then go to polyline, and you can choose to edit the polyline. So let's say you want to remove the curves, because originally I chose curve instead of just a normal line like I did earlier, right? So you can actually decurve change it into a spline, and you can also do width type, which is what I did right now. So if I were to decurve it, now it's just a straight angular type. If I undo it, if I hit close, and it joins that piece, so the beginning to end. Looks like a strange shape there. Anyway, so there's a few things you can do with the polyline. Now I'm going to draw a box around my shape here for no reason, just to show you the path array. Actually, hold on a second. Let me undo that. So we're going to use the spline fit here. So I'm just going to draw a curved line around this random shape I made. So just as long as you enclose, it doesn't matter. I just want you to show you the what this thing does. So you can basically create a path for any type of array you want to do. So here, close the path there. So once it's closed, I can array any kind of shape along this path once I create it. So I'm just gonna make a circle. I don't really care where. Just put it there. Make it 0.5 radius or diameter. Doesn't matter. Once it's on the path, you can hit path array. So go to the array command. You can do. We've done rectangular and polar before, but now we're going to use path array after you've created a spline array. Okay. So I'm going to select the object I want to array, hit enter, and then select the path. Oh man, I missed it. There we go. That I want to array. Enter. And just like the other arrays, if you double click it, you get the different types of, you get the menu. So you can edit how much spacing between each circle along the path. You can choose more circles or more whatever shapes you choose. You can also kind of shift it using the arrows if you want to. Okay. You guys have any questions on the?
Yeah. How did you do the path array thing again?
So first you got to draw the spline fit around your object over here. Did you already do that?
Yes, I got to that part. I didn't see where you put the circles all the way around.
Okay, so yeah, just draw a random circle. It doesn't even have to be on the path. I just chose you this easier. So I chose the circle command, pick somewhere on this path, and then I made it a 0.5 or 1 radius, whatever. Doesn't matter. Once you make the circle, that's when you got to go to array up here and choose path array. And then you choose the object you made, enter, and then the path, enter. It should array along that path.
Got it.
Mine came out all jacked up.
What happened?
It looks like a
funnel for no reason.
Looks like a potato with. I don't know.
That's okay. I mean, as long as you're able to make the path though show up, right?
So you said to do this the spline fit, right?
Yeah.
Let me try doing it again.
Yeah,
Also,
spline fit, close it off, and then array an object that you make.
how did you make it go from small to normal? Because mine just came out all one size. Like I got it, but I didn't get it from to go like little to big.
Okay, so when you hit the polyline command, let's just make it over here. Well, as soon as you click somewhere, it's going to ask you, are you going to make it with arcs, length, width? So I chose width. And I say the starting width will be 0, which gives me that little tail shape. Then I put 0.5 afterward. So after the first point, it's going to stick to 0.5. You see that? I didn't put any curve on, so it looks all jagged. But I could add a curve, I believe. Let's see here. Turn with curve. It's close blind. Oh, maybe I can't. I thought I could curve it. I know I can uncurve, but SOBs. Join with. No, maybe not. Here it
So
is. Curve fit. Sorry, what?
so like my I have the circle like centered on the line, but then like the array, it looks like the circles are all like tangent to the line. Is that can you change that or?
They're not on the line. They're a tangent.
Yeah, well, some of them are and some of them aren't.
What? How big are? I guess here.
Maybe it just depends on the size.
You wanna show me? I don't know if you picked a different size circle or.
Oh, it's possible. Yeah.
I think mine was 0.5 radius or diameter.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to this one. This looks like
I like the potato. It's hilarious.
yeah, I was like, it's a potato with I don't know, maybe something. But this one came out all right here.
Yeah.
But you see how like this, like the circle is centered on the line.
Click open up the SP line fit. Or just double click the path. Bring up the menu.
You're talking about like on the
Yeah, the circles and stuff.
this right here, where the circles.
Circles, yeah.
Huh.
Huh. It's only doing one of them.
Unless
That's
maybe I
weird.
did it wrong. Let me see here. Okay, so you said you do the array.
Yeah, path array. Choose the object. Enter.
Enter.
And then the path. Wait, and so the menu's up there right now. So the base point might need to be changed. So see how you have tangent, etc. Try changing one of those. See if it how it looks.
So let me click on it. Oh, well,
So that's a line. Strange. See the little blue square down the bottom?
this one.
Yeah, that might be you might be able to grip it there and move the. Shift that. See what it does. Does it let you do anything?
You said, how do you? No, crap.
Where do they go? Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see.
How do you?
So gonna select. You did SP line fit right when you made the array.
Yeah, I guess let me just try it again here.
And
real
you
quick.
closed it.
So you said to do the, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then you don't have to select any of these options right here: method, not, or object.
I just started drawing.
Okay, and then you see, so like make like a circle or something.
Yeah.
And then you connect it, or isn't there like a command to
There's a
end it? Or-
close down there. So yours is closed. You just
maybe
click
that's
that.
maybe that's why I didn't. Maybe that's what it is. You said just draw.
So that blue arrow right there. Can you
Mhm.
drag that?
Let me change this a little. How do you drag again? Like left? Oh,
Huh. Interesting.
oh that's kind of cool.
There's a And the other one might shift the position. There was another, like a rectangle.
I think I may have just. And now it's kind of stuck there, so I'm doing anything.
It's a lot of circles, though. Yeah, try that rectangle. That might be the center point.
You said this one right here.
Yeah. Move it towards the center. See if that does it. Yeah, like that.
So,
Yeah, there.
the heck?
So that what creates. All right.
Is that the next move right there? Okay. Oh, well.
I don't see any options on the path, right, to go through.
Yeah, it just says.
Try changing the distance between the circle. The circles. It might be just too big or too many of them.
Okay. Yeah, that
might-
might.
Try messing with the distances over the size of the circle. The only difference from mine was that I chose 0.5 radius, and I don't see why yours is not right on there. The other thing was my circle was snapped right on there with the object snap when I created it. That was the other difference. So like there's no snap settings on yours for that let me see what my settings are. Yeah, I think turn on endpoint and midpoint on your snap settings. Let's see if that does it. Lets you snap onto the polyline.
You said endpoint and.
Endpoint and midpoint and turn the rest off.
I was having some issues like that. You can try turning off the grid because it locks it to a grid location.
You sound far away, Craig. What'd you say?
I was having a problem with that too, but the grid, if you turn off the grid, it goes to different spots and whatever you have your snap set to on the grid.
It kind of sounds like you're underwater.
Yeah, I'm on my Bluetooth. I'm on my daughter's cell phone.
You turned off the grid, you said?
Yeah, turn off the grid. And it might allow them to step the line.
Pick up 0.5 or something.
Oh, that looks a little better.
It might be just the
Might just because it's not completely circle.
yeah.
Can it? Does it have to be a spline? Can it just be like a circle? Can you just do that and then do like another little circle off of that and then kind of?
I believe so. If it's a polyline type.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's more uniform since it is a circle. The other one looks like it's approximating it the best it can. So I think the only reason mine was better was because it was a little more circular.
Yeah. The potato right
the
there.
Potato is clearly not circular.
I want to submit that one.
So looks delicious though. All right, you guys have any other questions on that for SP line or the path array? All right. All right, let me figure out what the homework is.